back in about 2001, I was working with a company that asked us to come in to look at their processes and reduce the cycle time in the process and ultimately save them money. Whenever we're looking at processes, we're always trying to reduce expense and lower costs. And so we decided to start with one particular lady in the finance department and look at her process. And through that, we discovered a couple things. One is that we discovered that they were opening all the invoices in the mailroom prior to bringing it up to her. And so, of course, when we do processes, we'll always ask, why? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? We're trying to discover with these teams, like the intention behind it, because if there's sometimes we create a process that loses the value of why you did it in the first place. And so then we would need to cut that out. We call it non-essential, non-value add. And so we looked at the process from the time it came into the mailroom to the time that it got processed by the controller's office, the invoices, and trying to improve the cycle time of paying these invoices. We found out that the mailroom was opening it because they had been instructed by this lady in finance in 1985 to open the mail and index it on a spreadsheet, then rubber band the spreadsheet around all the mail they had opened and indexed, and then bring it up every day. And of course, asking why and trying to figure that process out, nobody could give me a clear answer on why. And through some discovery and some frustration and a little, finger pointing, one of the people said, I believe you're actually the one, the lady's name was Betty, that told us that you wanted this indexed. Well, she says, I don't remember that. And through that process, we found that she finally remembered it, but she only remembered it needing it that week, right? And because nobody communicated that it needed to stop, they continued on doing this. Now it's 2001, it's 16 years later at this point, they've been doing this. So through a discovery of trying to figure out why they did it, we found out it takes about 20 hours a week to do. It's a lot of mail, a lot of invoices, and it was really slowing down their cycle time. And through the discovery of that, we got to talking to Betty a little bit more, and we found out that the real reason why she did not stop telling the mailroom to bring it up, and it was the rubber bands. And I love the story because it just goes on to tell you how something that somebody perceives as not valuable, doesn't really mean much to the company, can go on to cost a company a lot of money. And she wanted the rubber bands because she wanted to create rubber band balls. And she actually had multiple ribbons that she had won from all these different assortment of rubber band balls over the 16 years that she had gathered together and entered into a county fair. And people actually would come by her desk, and they relished in the fact that she had these rubber band balls, and it was insane. Like, the whole company knew about it, but what they didn't know was come from a broken process. Through discovery of it, the guy was making about $15 an hour on average throughout the years, 20 hours a week. You can do the math, but it's about $250,000 that was wasted in this process that was no longer needed, all because we just didn't ask, why do you do it?